Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, and then Susan's screen is reading Candace Duncan. Oh, okay, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, okay. I just want to make sure that she's not Candace today. All right, I'm gonna go grab a cup of tea. I'll be right back. I think I'm good. Maria, are we about ready? Maria, how are we doing? I'm great. Is Susan on? Okay. All is good. I just didn't know. I should be able to see her, won't I? Susan?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, such that it is, but yeah, I'm fine. Don't look at me very close.
All is good. Okay, can everybody hear me? Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'll gavel in and call this meeting to order. Thank you, Wendy. We'll get this one way or another. We will begin our meeting this July 10th a little bit differently than we normally do, but bear with us. We are all here in attendance and ready and willing to go. I will jump to our awards and recognitions. Mr. Parker, I believe we do not have any this evening.
That is correct. You know,
This afternoon.
July is an awkward time, and yeah, so we do not have any awards and recognition. That didn't work out this month.
Okay, that's just fine. Thank you. Number 4, agenda approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Did I lose Susan? Shall we pause for a moment?
I think we could carry on. I don't believe that there's anything.
I think she'll jump back on as
Yeah.
soon as she's
Here
able.
she
There we
comes.
go.
There we
Okay.
go.
I'm back, sorry.
Super
Okay.
quick.
Okay, number 5, public comment.
We have none.
We have none at this time. Thank you. Number 6, approve a consent agenda item 6A through 6H.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, construction report.
Yay! All right, back from vacation. Well, good evening, and a lot of pictures tonight, so I'll move right through them, and you all feel free to stop and ask any questions if you need to. Of course, we're starting with the Scott County High School, and I just like this picture from last time, so I brought it forward again.
And you might want to speak up just a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
just to make sure.
okay, I'll move into the microphone a little bit more here. Beautiful day to take this picture. You can see it's really finishing up. Got some grass growing, sun on the building, just a little bit more of a close-up detail there. The front entry, the columns are in. Of course, they're sanding them down, getting them ready to paint. Just another view from the side, and working the way around the building to the gym entry. It's looking beautiful. Another entry along that same side, the ag shops. If you swing all the way around, this is about as finished as this area has looked. That's the cafeteria and the storm shelter with the culinary lab below. And this was the remnants of the hurricane flying through, so I snapped a picture of it the other day. Up on the roof, now looking back towards the softball and baseball fields, you can see how those areas are really beginning to develop more. Did some finished paving in the front of the building there, or at least on the west side. Still on the roof, looking towards the athletic fields. A great shot there. It's just really coming around. And just to note, the roof, they did a really good job on the roof, as you can see there. It's in good shape, and even the engineering items of the exhaust and makeup air, things of that nature. And if you see the skylight from below, well, that's what it looks like from above. And just to step inside, of course, the logos and the terrazzo really turned out well. The office area coming along, you can see there's still got some cleanup to do. Step back out into the lobby, just, again, you can see a lot of finish work going on here. The beautiful stairwell, and that's looking up through the skylight there, going up top and looking back down. You can see a lot of the big glass between the lobby and the stairwells in now, the glass rails, things of that nature. Step into the gym. I believe they're getting ready to start the paint the end of this week on the floor, the sealer and the paint on the floor. Of course, the classroom wings, as we've talked about, were pushed a little further along earlier so that they could become more accessible, and you could start putting some furniture in the classroom. So you can see ceiling tiles in. Some areas have cleaned up more. The corridors are in good shape. Tiles are in good shape. Scott County Furniture, of course, Mr. Ellison and others have put a lot of effort in acquiring and getting the furniture in place. That's owner provided, and there's a typical desk and chair that is provided by Scott County. Scott County purchased the TVs installed by Wilburn. Most of those are now installed. Picture of the cafeteria, you can see really coming along. Again, some of the owner provided furniture in there. Kitchen equipment being installed, and they're trying to keep it in good shape, protect it from other contractors working on it, but a lot of the connections have already been made. Going to the band room, you can see really clean up the floor and finish up the casework, and you're ready to play. Of course, we have to get building code occupancy, but other than that, a lot of these areas are really in good shape and ready to go. And I say that in a lot of the instructional areas. Auditorium's not quite as far along. The greenhouse from the outside, and you can see inside, I got a lot of the tables in shape, good shape. They need to finish the electrical there, but should be ready. Now with all those good shots, now we have some drone shots from Monday. You can see that's from the north over the softball field. Looking back, you can see the well-painted parking lot on the side there, and the roof and the cafeteria entry. Just another shot swinging back around to the east side, now all the way back around to the front side. And just keep swinging on around. I asked the contractors about relocating those porta johns up front. I know it's still a job site, but yeah, well, that's right. Good for them. Good for them. I thought about photoshopping them out, but hopefully next time. And another shot from, over the bypass on the west side, looking back, so you can see the new bridge entry there and the school at the same time. So projects really coming along. Of course, we've had bi-weekly meetings recently, and just had one this week. Of course, with the principal and Mr. Ellison and contractors all involved, trying to push some really key milestones because school's going to be here before we know it. So, and at this point, everybody's putting in a lot of effort to make sure that happens. We talked about the auditorium being something that, will it be done, will it not? But if that's the only place that you all don't have come August 14th, we'll be in great shape. So, but we discussed, basketball practice, volleyball practice, things of that nature in the gym and when they'll be ready for that. And that'll be before school starts. So we feel good about that. So that is it for although I showed some pictures of the athletic, that was it for the main building. Any questions on the main building at Scott County High? If not, I'll move into the athletic project. You can see a good shot there, and we had some drone shots taken of that area as well. Just a great shot of the field house, football, A-frame grandstand, soccer field. It's a beautiful day for that. And of course, the baseball and softball fields. You can see the greenhouse as well. You can see this was the day they were still installing chairs. I think they just about got them all installed now, but this was just a couple of days ago. Another shot from over the bypass. I'm sorry, opposite the bypass there. Fields look great. A little bit closer shot of the grandstands. These pictures are from Friday, Monday, Tuesday, several different days. So in some you may see some chairs installed, and another one that may not be installed. But again, just great shots of the football and soccer field, the field house there as well. Inside the locker rooms, the multipurpose room, training room, still got some tables to put in there. Of course, the artificial turf inside of the field house. This is the upstairs of the field house there, and then a shot looking down on the artificial turf with the overhead doors in the background. Those are the overhead doors that face the football field, so the players can run right out from this field to the other field and win yet another game, I'm sure. And another shot just with some color and looking back up at the press box. And there is the press box up top. You go inside, there's still some plans, still some cleanup in there, but there's a shot. There's the best press row shot right there looking out the window. So, yeah. And that's looking back over at the high school, so you got a good view either way, from the high school to the athletics or from the athletics back to the high school. And there's what it looks like up on the grandstands, looking back at the field house. So good progress is there as well. We've already discussed when scrimmages are taking place, when they can use the field house, when they can use some bathrooms, and all of those dates are before school starts because we know there's some need for those areas before the school starts. But the main part of the field house itself may be about when school starts. But we know the turf and things of that nature need to be accessed before that time. Oh, and there's a picture. Oops, that went a little fast. Picture underneath the A-frame. They still got some cleanup there. Concessions area, again, they're finishing those areas up. Softball field, looking back towards the school. They've got the skin dirt down. Baseball field, still working on those, but a lot of good progress. Have the catch nets up. Bleachers are in place. Dugouts are in place. So progress is good. And of course, there's the concessions buildings or the restrooms. The other ones is the concessions building. And a lot of that concrete's now poured. This was from, I think, Friday, but either way, a lot of that concrete has been poured in the last few days. And that might be the last shot on the athletics there. Any questions on the Scott County High athletics? If not, we'll move into Garth Elementary School window replacement. Now, of course, this shot's from the front. It is also a drone shot and shows areas where there's some windows not installed yet. Of course, been working on those the last couple of days. but I have been really impressed how good these windows look in that building.
I told Tony that I was out of town, I guess it was about a week ago, and someone from the community just reached out to me, just proactively to say, hey, don't need a thing, just want you to know, windows that are going in look phenomenal.
I've heard a lot of positives too.
And I even wondered about the black, honestly, and they are just popping. I mean, it. So yes, yes. So I agree. Just great. Everybody involved. Just great decisions and working through and getting historically significant windows. I think really paid off, and it just really it sings. You know, and there's some brick repair, and you'll see we ran into some lintels, which I think you all probably know some about that need some steel work. That was hidden in there, but it's got to be done, and this is what you get in the end. Just I mean, all the way around. I think they're supposed to be finished. There was a progress meeting today. They're supposed to finish up windows within a couple of weeks. Now there's some other repair work around, and the shades may not be in when school starts, but that's just the window shade. There will be window shades, part of the contract, but should not interfere with instruction time at all. So again, just more pictures. Just I'm so impressed with the work that they're doing and the decisions that were made. And that's just a drone shot. And that's the windows that are being installed now. So that project's looking really good. Any questions on Garth? If not,
Great.
we'll move into the 96 middle school renovation, and that's just a shot of the front where there's a lot of work and activity going on, and they're trying to get stuff out of the building. So that's what the front looks like right now. But terrazzo everywhere. I can't believe how quickly they've put terrazzo down.
And I would just say that shot really doesn't do it justice, because you walk in, and especially to know what was there. That,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it looks like it looks new.
Yes.
It looks like it's been there forever too. Kind of.
Right. And it's even still a little dusty right now, and it's going to shine up good. It makes everything look new for some reason. But so everywhere, terrazzo. They've got it in all those hallways. Of course, it's really shiny here because it's still got some water on it. Again, these are pictures from different days over the past week. But lots of pictures with quarters with terrazzo in it. So they've done, and out on the landings of the stairwells. This was an area that this is in the basement, we'll call it. I couldn't get past that area because they were still working on it. But all the terrazzo is down, and some of it is already a lot of it's already polished. But they still have some work there. But there shouldn't be any problem with kids getting in school. The bathrooms, I've got the floor leveling compound down. You can see the ceiling grids in place. This was a couple of days ago, they're now installing the floor tile. They're going to be pushed, but from what I hear from the meeting today is that they're going to make it. The only place that I thought I had one more picture there, but the area where we took the old bathrooms out and turned it into a storage room. That's if you may not have a storage room come. They're saying they're going to be done, but if there's any place that maybe is not done, that might be it. But it's just
amazing to see that space gutted though.
Oh, I know. Well, it's never been. I mean, it hadn't been used by the high school for years anyway. It's just been locked. Right, you're not missing, and that was good point. So paving, terrazzo inside, paving outside, just paving everywhere, all around. And this, of course, mostly around the middle school area. But going around to the side of the high school and back around the middle school, of course, the high school would be to the right and the middle school would be to the left in this picture. And of course,
now, Tony,
yes.
One thing I want to point out
Okay.
is I don't believe when I look. No, you can go to the next
Oh.
one. We've got an auxiliary road that we put in a few years back for Scott Middle.
Yeah.
We're still using that. I don't think you captured any pictures of that. That's paved. It's fully paved now too.
It's a
So
good
I
point.
just
And it
wanted to
was
share that.
raining. Yeah, and it was raining on me, and I did not walk all the way back there, and I should have. But you're right. I'll get that in the next one. Yes, there's a whole new road that connects the back high school.
And that had been
Parking lot
gravel,
to-
and we because we knew this project was coming, we left it gravel, and not the most popular decision, but
So,
at any rate.
so Mr. Parker's done his homework. He already knows what I do and don't have in my report. That's pretty good. This is over by the football field. So the field house is to my right there. And if I turn around, that's going back behind the high school. So just lots of painted lines, lots of painted arrows, lots of paving. It looks really good, kind of like the terrazzo inside. The paving looks really good. And of course, where the grandstands are going, there's a lot of work, and it had just rained here, so they had stopped work at the moment, and you could see they were digging ditches and putting the storm sewer in. So for the 96 project, that is the end of the report. Any questions on the 96 Scott High School? Yes. You don't have to. I think Scott County does that to makes it easier to clean and has more of a shine to it when you go in there, but not as much as vinyl tile, and it's not as important as with vinyl tile. So that will become more of a Scott County decision, yeah.
But what I love about it is, you know, the first time I met Tony was when I was principal at Kit Carson Elementary in Madison County, and terrazzo in the hallways there, and with just some maintenance, it looks just as amazing today as it did when they put it in.
Yeah, it was
over 50 years.
Yeah, it was
ago now.
50-something years old when we just ground and polished it, and it looked like new.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Number 8, approve change order 07, new Scott County High School.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, student achievement report.
Good evening, or early evening, I should say. Just wanted to give you a quick update. As you know, in July, things have kind of settled and we're gearing up for the new year. So I just wanted you all to have the scheduled topics of our student achievement reports for the upcoming year. So next month in August, we will go over ACT scores, AP scores, dual credit enrollment, because all that will be up and going. September, we will give a SCOLA update because that will have solidified. So Heather Brown will be doing that. October will be the fall administration of iReady. So that will have finished and we'll be able to share our student data there. November, I wish we could do this earlier, but we know with timing, we will be doing the Kentucky State Assessment Review. Surely by then it will be public and we will be able to provide that information to you all. December will be the special education update because December 1 child count will be finished. January will be our CDIP, our Continuous District Improvement Plan. February, we'll look at the winter administration of the iReady results. March, we'll do a CT update and give you a brief update on upcoming testing prep because that is when testing season begins. And April will be our student support update. May, we will go over the 25-26 professional learning plan. And then June, we will go over the spring administration of iReady. And of course, as things come up throughout the year, we will always make adjustments just as we did last year. So just to give you an overview of what's to come for 24-25. Yes, we do. We are going to have, for those iReady administrations, we will have some teachers in front of you sharing their experience as well. Yeah,
Good.
absolutely. Any other questions?
No.
All right,
Good.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, we are. We were. I don't know.
Okay. Number 10. Well, I have to
I'm
say,
saving all my questions for DT.
Oh.
Yes, that's what I was hoping. I believe me and Miss Simmons were talking. And I believe she even has a question for Mr. Wells
That's
today.
not fair.
I think Eleanor does. Don't you, Eleanor?
Brenda, do you have my PowerPoint on there?
Okay, number 10, energy management presentation by DT Wells.
I got you. While the PowerPoint's coming up, I'm going to just talk about a few notes. I want to give kudos to the maintenance and custodial staff. I have a list. I can share it with you if you want, but I mean, from water leaks to Sunday morning HVAC issues, they make what I do even easier. I mean, you make a phone call. I mean, I can see that there's a problem, but I don't have the skill a lot of times to fix those issues. And our maintenance and custodial staff is really phenomenal, and Dwayne is a big part of that. So I just want to put that out there to thank them for all that they do. Next is the Energy Star. We obviously received that award. Wendy talked a little bit about that, and Wendy, I guess you did so good there that I was then contacted by the U.S. Department of Energy, and so we're now in other groups. We just got into what's called the Better Climate Challenge with the U.S. Department of Energy, and then I got then placed into a peer exchange group. So it's like the energy manager of like the Seattle School District and Chicago School District, maybe talking a little bit above my head, but it's been good just to get information from folks that kind of do what I do on a bit of a larger scale. Yeah, so thanks, Wendy, for that work. I appreciate it. We have also, with the energy teams, been rolling. Thank you all for allowing those folks to work at the elementary level. All of our elementary schools except one had energy teams. All of our elementary schools got signed up for the Kentucky Green Schools program, which is a great free program for them to be signed up for, that provides all kinds of different activities for kids to do that doesn't cost us a dime. And it's kind of been done different at every school, but that Kentucky Green Schools is a good resource for us. They also have grants for our programs. Stephanie, by the way, talking so she doesn't ask me any questions. Stephanie has also been great with those energy teams in providing resources, and Carol Ross there in her office on helping me get supplies for our energy teams. They have also participated in the Kid Win Challenge, which involves learning more about energy coming from wind. Other than that, we'll get rolling with the annual energy report. If you can go, I guess, do I got access to this? This is the main slide to look at here. On the left is June, the two columns. What you really need to look at is on the right side. Those are the year-to-date results. And the main thing to look at is that we are 3% under last year's usage. That's with adding a meter at GMS. So that's all good that we're under. There are some areas of improvement that we have that we know of. We are having some connectivity issues in regards to scheduling of our units. That goes a little bit above my head and Dwayne's head, that we have to depend on some folks at Interspace to work with us on. As you could see, the preschool is one of those to where we've lost, I have control of the schedule, but it's just not taking the schedule in. So if you look over at the June side, that's where you can see that it's a bit above where we are in June of 2023, and that's the main reason why something like that looks like that. Now, like Garth and Scott County Middle, Scott County High, even though we're unoccupied with the doors coming open and closed, it is costing us a little bit, but in the end, you can see our usage is below what it has been in previous years. Does anybody have any questions on that?
DT, do you find that the newer schools, I was just looking, I studied this last night, Creekside being a pretty new school, and I noticed that they are kind of low.
Well, it's because it's comparing it when it's brand new. We don't have a lot of usage in it, and then we start getting we've got multiple rentals in there now, and we've got like youth basketballs in there on the weekends, youth theater, the bluegrass. They weren't in there prior, so the more that the place is open, the more that it's being utilized, which is good. I mean, that's kind of what it's meant for. But there's nothing per se wrong. We do know that the scheduling issues that we're having at the preschool, the areas that we believe of concern are the ones that are also not Energy Star schools. And Mason is on the rise back, but Western and Northern are still kind of our points that we're looking at to try to, we thought the roof at Northern would do a whole lot more, but it's, again, I think, and I don't know if Dwayne agrees with me or not, but I think it's more of a scheduling compatibility deal going on than anything.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
yeah.
And again, that's one of the things too with DT's role. He's over the scheduling, so he has some of that knowledge to help make more sense of the energy report from month to month and year to year.
Yeah, I'll flip through some other slides here. This is a comparison breakdown. We're getting so many schools, and we're going to add more, so I don't know. I'm going to have to change Jim's chart. I will also give a shout-out to Jim McClanahan. He still takes a call from me about once a week and knows exactly what I need to know every time. This is another important thing to look at. This is the Energy Star and the EUI of both of all the schools. You can kind of see where they started and where they are now. We are on a rebound there at Ann Mason. That 75 is a cutoff for Energy Star. and they might get in there next year to. It's kind of on the way back up, so that's a good thing. But again, you can see western and northern are areas that we need to improve on. If you look on the right side there, well, there's a chart here, I think. EUI here, the average EUI in any type of facility that we're dealing with is usually up close to 60 or in the 50s. And so you can see there, if you look at the blue lines, our averages are very good, and they're all below what they were in 2010, which is all good stuff. But that calculates your energy usage compared to your square footage. And if you do want to take note, I'm interested to see what happens to Garth, because Garth should get even better, and it's already the best school. But again, remember, it's one of our only schools that's not got a bunch of hallways and a bunch of exposure to the outside on different sides, like all our new buildings have different hallways. This is just the Energy Star portfolio ratings from 2010 to today.
You talk to the principals at the beginning of the year and talk through this, and then they talk to the teachers.
Well, some, but more or less, I talk with them about the scheduling aspect of it. I mean, they don't really have, outside of the energy teams, that's what my goal is, to work with them on the during the day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At 4 o'clock, the energy is out of their hands, because it turns into after school events.
Right.
But the custodians are who, I mean, they get this report every month as well. And so a lot of them are very interested to see, hey, we were high or low or whatever, to try to improve on what they're doing.
Well, and Elkhorn Crossing always does so well, and it's because probably not much after 4 o'clock
Right.
there because
Right.
of, no gymnasium,
Right.
anything like that, so.
I don't really have anything further. I did want to take a minute to invite you all, with my other hat on, to our district-wide coaches meeting. It's on Tuesday. The commissioner from the KHSA is coming. We're going to have breakfast at 7, and at 8 o'clock, he'll talk for a little bit, and you guys are more than welcome to attend. It's at ECS on Tuesday. You could slide out after he gets done talking, but we go till 12. I don't think you want to be trained up on everything, but I'll send you an email with an invite on there as well.
Okay, thanks.
So, anyway,
Thank you, DT.
yep, thank you all.
Do we don't
Number-
have any, wait, do we, do you have a question, Stephanie, for DT?
I was just telling you how great it is. I was going to ask you a question, but I'll table that.
Good job.
He torments
I've got a few
everyone.
questions too, but I'm going to table those till I don't have a fever.
Oh.
That might be a great idea. Thank you, Susan.
Yeah.
Good luck, DT. Okay, number 11, second reading and approval of the 2024-2025 KSBA board policy updates. That is an approval.
Second. I mean, first.
How about motion?
So moved.
There we go.
I second.
I feel weird sitting
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Wendy. Number 12, review revised updated new administrative procedures for the 2024-2025 KSBA board procedures update.
This one does not require. any-
Number 13, review revised administrative procedures 08.2323 information communications technology user agreements. Number 14, change in special education procedures. Number 15, approve 2024-2025 student discipline code of acceptable behavior and discipline.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 16, approve USDA required meal price increase and change policy for the 2024-2025 school year.
I'm sorry, Diana, were we not supposed to actually approve item 14?
It just said change in special education procedures.
No,
Do
it's a review item.
it's a review
Oh,
from
okay,
what I
just
understand.
review? Okay, just making sure. I thought that was something that required action on our part. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay. Number 16,
So move.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 17, approve emergency certification for 17A through 17E as submitted. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 18, approve memorandum of agreement between Scott County Board of Education and Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 19, approve dual credit memorandum of agreement between Bluegrass Community and Technical College and Scott County Board of Education contingent on negotiation of revisions recommended by board attorney.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 20, approve, ratify option 9 agreement between University of the Cumberlands and Scott County Board of Education.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 21, approve school technology coordinator job description. Excuse me.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 22, approve Scott County Schools intent to participate in the Community Eligibility Provision Program for the 2024-2025 school year. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 23, approve items for surplus as submitted.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 24, financial statement. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Number 25, approve current bills.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 26, superintendent's report.
So I'll start off. The very top item I have there, our alternative programs coordinator that we had talked about that will oversee SCOLA and Phoenix and our involuntary program that has been selected, and that is Heather Brown. Heather Brown will be overseeing that program. So I wanted to share that with you all. Really excited about some of the ideas that she has, and she's already had quite a few conversations. I've had a few conversations with her, but I think Stephanie's had a few more than I have even, and we're really excited about the direction she's going to take our alternative programs within the district. Standard 2, completed principal evaluations. Standard 3, the opening of our space for community fireworks show. You know, we consistently do that, and, you know, I remember a few years back we started dealing with some issues of people wanting to use that as a place for them to launch their own fireworks. So we've got a great team that makes sure that we are proactive and make sure everybody knows what's permitted and what's not. This year we did not permit access to the current the new Scott County High School. I would imagine that there'd be no reason for us to withhold that access next year. But again, this year, still a construction site, a little bit too early. Standard 4, Human Resources Leadership, the Southern Principal selection, Laura Keegan had been selected as the Southern Principal, and that rounds out all of our leadership positions. So we are fully staffed in that regard, and we've got a lot of our leaders making a lot of the summertime decisions to help get us ready for the start of the school year. Standard 5, just all things construction. While I was out of town, I had a meeting with Dwayne and Tony, and we talked through some things, and there's been a lot going on every day. Again, I shared it Monday that Dwayne has really, for sure, carried the lion's share of the work on that, and he certainly should be commended because we're in great shape. We're in absolutely great shape with where we are and with how much time we have remaining before the start of school. Collaborative leadership did have the chamber luncheon presentation on Monday, and then 7, I had lunch with Sherry Lynn Stevenson to talk through just all things public education, and that was a very insightful conversation. And again, it's we always want to make sure that our decision makers know what we're up against so that they can help us in any way possible. So that would conclude my superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you, Billy. Number 27, board comments. Becky, why don't we start with you?
And I. The other. Sorry. I have each of our board members and Mr. Parker
Oh, awesome!
and
Thank
I will
you.
Susan and Brent.
Thank you.
They are back.
That's cool.
Okay, thank you, Becky. Wendy?
Believe it or not, I don't have anything to put a smile on everybody's face. I'm so happy.
All right, well, thank you. And Eleanor?
Thank you, Wendy. Yes, I also attended the luncheon and had the privilege of meeting the new principals. And I was very, very impressed. They seem excited, ready to go. And Billy did a superb job. I was sitting next to his dad, and he's just so proud of him. And I mean, it was a very, very good luncheon. So thank you for letting me go. But it was nice. Thank you.
Susan?
Just congratulations to our valedictorians, and I'm so sorry I wasn't there to celebrate them as well as to hear Billy's presentation, but I'm confident that it went well, and COVID sucks. That's all I got.
I will just say ditto that. Thank you. All right, number 28. Move to closed session pursuant to KRS 61.810. 1F, review of expulsions.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I think we're gonna We can go ahead.
Okay. Number 30, Wendy.
Do I
Oh,
hit-
we need to reconvene, excuse me.
do I hit?
Number 29, reconvene to special called meeting.
We need a
Move.
motion.
I think motion to reconvene.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 30, Wendy.
Motion pursuant to KRS 158.15007B2 to extend period of expulsion until July 10th, 2025, with services as determined by superintendent based on risk of disruption of school environment demonstrated by student conduct since original expulsion decision.
Motion.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 31, adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Well, thank you for everybody who made this possible for Susan and I. We
Yes.
really
Hope y'all
appreciate
feel
it.
better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good
get
job,
Love
through it,
y'all.
ladies.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Yep,
Thank you. Thanks.